We are walking medicine, standing on the shoulders of our ancestors. We are enough. We are amazing. I am Pomo, Choctaw, and Hawaiian. I was born in Oakland, California, where I spent my early years mainly by my grandmother's side. My mom worked at a community center called the Intertribal Friendship House, in which my grandmother co-founded. It was established in 1955 to serve the needs of the American Indian people relocated from their reservations. So the Intertribal Friendship House was a place for all tribes to connect their cultural traditions. We call it the urban res. How did I get into cybersecurity? I was an EA, an executive assistant for the Chief Information Security Officer for a Fortune 500 company, and she gave me the opportunity to start doing some work around two-factor authentication. And then I just started to really love information security. Then I started to look at firewalls, and I was in the vulnerability management team. I just found it really fascinating because I think in technology, it's always evolving, and you're always learning and growing. To be able to do what I know and then to use it for my tribal communities as well, my dream job.
Alice does amazing things, not only for us inside of Cisco and being the co-lead for our ERG and helping drive the impact, but she does amazing things in our local community.
All this hope and all this youth and STEM and technology and them having a seat at the table is I'm gonna cry. It's so amazing because I think that we're finally moving the needle. We're finally getting that seat at the table. And for our youth to have that opportunity is why I left going to AISES. What we want them to see when we're standing there is we want them to see their aunties and uncles, they can do it too. I am very pleased to announce today our first ever Cisco Land Acknowledgement San Jose. One of the things that I am most proud of here is getting one of the biggest tech companies in the world to put a land acknowledgement on their headquarters.
I've seen through the efforts of Alice and the other leaders of the community that grow to hundreds of people throughout not just the US but internationally as well, where we're doing other dedications like we are today.
I look at her as the model of what an Indigenous woman in tech, an Indigenous woman that works for a multi-billion-dollar company should be.
Now that I've come up a little bit in my journey, I want to give back to my people, and I want the youth to be able to look at me as I can actually do that too. You guys are all smarter than I ever was at your age.
And the spirit of being of service to community, Alice truly embodies all of that through her own practice, how she approaches people, how she makes people feel like they're welcomed and that they have a place to belong. This event that we're doing now is all about connecting youth and elders through technology. It all wouldn't be possible without the technology and the devices that Alice was able to get for us through Cisco. Just has a big ripple effect throughout our community as people get to spend time with her, learn her story, and learn from her example of kind of how to show up in community.
She's willing to help everyone and anyone without any hesitation. She's small, but she's mighty. She can make mountains move. I've witnessed her do it. I'm on the board with her at the Intertribal Friendship House, where her grandmother was a founder.
She was telling me about the experience of being out there with the children, with the young people, and how heartwarming it was for her to be there, to see all these young people who have this interest in building a new world.
She never leaves anyone out. When I first started beading and making my own outfit, learning how to dance, I would see her at Pomo's and she'd come up to me and encourage me to keep beading, keep sewing. Sometimes she'd even give me money for supplies and she'd be like, just go buy some and make some earrings. This is for you. And she's very encouraging and she teaches me to be confident.
There's no real distance that she wouldn't travel to help someone out when they're in need or when they're sick or anything, or if they need any support.
She's the best mom in the world, probably the best auntie in the world, probably the best cousin in the world.
She comes from a strong line of women. It's in her genes. She didn't leave people behind.
I'm proud to carry on my grandma's life work. She believed in community and showed me how to be proud of who I am, where I come from, and to ensure no one is ever left out. She not only gave me her name, she gave me a legacy to pass down to future generations and left a door open for all our relations from across Turtle Island.